lose weight. I must do this. So you were saying to self that these are the things for 12 hours. I'm not going to eat nothing. I'm not going to drink nothing. The only thing I'm going to do is just pray. But when the goes down, then I eat a little something. Or you might reverse it. Say, well, I might not. I eat during the day, and then when the sun go down, I would not eat anything or drink anything. So is fasting a concept of saying that you want the creator that you want to do these things? God, somebody help me out. Somebody help me out.
I'm going to go ahead and jump and take the wheel on this one. I don't profess to be an expert, but I'm going to speak about my personal experience because I think that's the teacher for me. When I got the inclination to start fasting, it was an idea. I went to a class, I was feeling nauseous, and I got the inclination to start the fast. The research that I had done on fasting up until that point, I had come to the conclusion just eating healthy that we've been tricked with the whole breaking your breakfast, breaking your fast. And that actually, the longer period after your last meal, your body then has an opportunity to repair itself, to heal itself. So the longer you can be disciplined, and just the pace, depending on the individual that may be diabetic, that can't do certain things, you might have to tweak it to work for you. But so you have to, in order for you to be disciplined, I think it's a way to become disciplined. I also believe that it's a way for you to channel that energy into something more constructive. If you realize that the amount of time we spend thinking about food or the next meal is going to really open up your eyes to something. So that would be the next thing. It wasn't that I thought I was going to be having a spiritual experience. I didn't know that that was going to happen to me. So I can't guarantee that that's going to happen to everybody. But what I can guarantee is that you're going to naturally begin to feel better. You're going to have clarity. You're going to have extra energy. You're going to, and in that time, if I was you, I would use that opportunity for you to open yourself up and even be thinking about what kind of lifestyle are you going to have? I didn't know could do it for 16 months. It just became a lifestyle thing for me. And I will always go back to doing intermittent fasting throughout my life because it changed my life. So I don't think it's something that we need to feel like we got to do to impress God. The only person you need to do is impress yourself. If you feel like you want to feel a little better, if you feel like you need to lose a little weight, do you want to challenge yourself? Because my next thing is to talk to the brothers about, high blood pressure and diabetes, and that's now turning into kidney disease and erectile dysfunction. No, 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 no. That you can explore plant-based diet, and I got men that's doing it, that's reversing some things. So open yourself up. Also, just prepare yourself when you get ready to go back to eating. I'm an international person. I feel like, we've been limiting ourselves saying we Americans. I live in the international world. I love eating all kinds of foods, Vietnamese food, Japanese food, Korean food. Open yourself up. Start checking out those cultures. Go in their grocery stores. They have such a wealth of knowledge about our history on their food labels. It may encourage you to stop by an international store and say, well, why they got so much sugar in our shit in the grocery store, but in the international store, they don't have all these preservatives and they don't have all this stuff. Just try to open yourself up to trying different things, but preparing yourself that if we have a famine or some kind of natural destruction, and we got our boy Be Good out there on the road transporting for us, if something happened and you're not able to adjust, you're going to be in trouble. So I just think you just need to do it just to test yourself. Can I give up coffee? Can I not eat a whole pint of ice cream in one setting, but I'm gonna just do 2 or 3 just because I want it. And I don't want you to deny yourself of things that you love either. Now, I don't do the pork and all of that, but just open yourself up to testing yourself. You are the experiment. Only you gonna know how you feel. And if you feel good, stick with it. I can eat as much rice as I want. I don't believe that rice will make me fat, and I can eat it. There's some psychological to some things too. If you believe something is bad for you, then it will be. But my other thing is start reading the food labels. You'll start putting some of that shit. I love goodies. And every time I go into Walmart and I turn over the package, I get a reality check. They put in bioengineered food in everything now. And some days I say, damn, I want it. Other days I don't eat it. So just become your own experiment and stop putting that shit in your body that's actually harming you. And every now and then, kill yourself, eat what you want. But that's my suggestion about fasting. It's an individual thing. It's an individual journey. Test yourself. But if you want to feel good, try intermittent fasting, because when you eat those 6 hours, eat what you want to eat. After a while, you ain't gonna want it. The chicken ain't gonna be coming out your paws anymore, and you ain't gonna want it. But for the meantime, you can do intermittent fasting. You can lose some weight. You can get some clarity. You can feel better. You can become a prophetic writer where you use your time now to write and commune with source and get your thoughts together about how you want to create your life. Because even if you become famous or wherever your goals is in life, your health is important.
Okay, I was trying to stop you for one moment though.
Okay.
Because I heard you said that you eat a whole lot of different things, but I was trying to get in and ask you that how important it is to eat according to your blood type.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I'm beginning to feel like this is the issue here with all of these different diets. Where are you as the individual? I don't believe that there's a one size fit all. There's a concern about you trying to eat healthy. Can you afford it? Then what about your health conditions? Can you afford, can you afford not to eat certain things because of your health conditions? So I don't believe that there's a one size fit all. I think each individual have to test themselves, and then they have the stress of maybe trying to feed their families. Can I convert my families over? And that's why I say, well, maybe if you have a plant-based diet meal one day of the week, and you trick the family and don't let them know that you're making plant-based burgers, and see how it goes over. But try to do something instead of not doing anything. I just don't. I call it sight word eating. I eat food based on what's on the label. Does the label look good? I like it. Are they having good practices, eco-friendly packaging? I pick stuff for other reasons that other people don't pick stuff, and it make me feel good, and I don't have no health issues. Now, I don't eat certain things, and I don't eat a lot of different things, but I do not deny myself when I want something. Because here's the other thing. I do DNA testing. I do DNA testing. Let me say one last thing. I do DNA testing. And you can have somebody that's a vegetarian, right? But because they don't know what their blood chemistry is or what they may be lacking, they may be proud to say, I'm a vegetarian, but you feel like shit. Your skin is terrible. You don't have regular bowel movements. That's not living. So what people say with their mouth and how they actually feel and how their body is operating is two different things.
All right. If you had the opportunity to speak to a group of teenagers, what would you say to them that fasting? They say, well, what is fasting? I'm gonna go back to that. Because when people say,
somebody bring up what's the name, Master no more? Fufu.
All right, Fufu. I tried to invite Fufu. Fufu don't want to come on. Okay, Jesse just come back. All right. Yeah. So my thing, because when I'm trying to understand is when I hear people say that they're gonna fast, I don't know the real reason why they're using that term fasting. They use it like it don't have a root cause. It just make it seem like, oh, it's just something to do. We're trying to see, because some people look at it in a spiritual format. Some people look at it for health reasons. So if you was to tell a group of young kids the reason why fasting is important, what would you say?
I would say to them that I believe it's important because it's going to teach you discipline. It's going to teach you to make better choices. It's going to make you feel better. And when you get this newfound energy, I want you to use the energy constructive. And I mean, that would be the best thing that I can tell them, because I can't guarantee everybody's going to have an earnest heart. And that's why I tell everybody this idea of being your own scientist, your own experiment, you just have to have an earnest heart. And I don't know how source or the universe is going to work with that person. Are they receptive? See, I was receptive to all the subtleties that was happening around me as I was fasting. I heard the refrigerator going off. I heard the lights. I saw the lights flickering. I understood that something outside of me was trying to communicate with me. And because I had an earnest heart and I woke up every day and I meditated and I prayed, I had a supernatural experience that nobody can take away from me. I can't guarantee that, but I know I have an earnest heart. And I'm telling people that no matter what religion you are, whoever you say that you are, just have an earnest heart with anything that you do, so that the results that you get is far more than what you expected. I can't guarantee that, but I can say that I feel better. And I love this version of me that I've become, because I've done the work already on me. And if you are confused about who you are, where you want to be, how you feel, I just feel like you need to start with you. You need to start waking up in the mirror every day and looking at yourself and saying, is this the best version? Can I do better? And who am I really? Am I all these things to all these people? When I go to work, when I go to school, when I'm with my family, my husband, am I being myself or am I pretending? And it's nothing like being free. And I'm free. And I love this version of me. So I just think that we're all looking for something. But until you find who you are and what your place is in the world, we're just going to be floating around looking for a savior when the savior is in you. It's just the work that we have to do, so that when source opens up to you and give you the ideas, you're patient with yourself. You write them down. Some things are not going to be plain and clear at that time, but we all owe this to ourselves to do this work. And we all are damaged, and we got to do the work. And there's no way around it. Otherwise, you're going to always feel out of sorts, and you're not going to feel complete, and you're going to feel lonely. And it is a lonely journey. But when you realize that you got invisible help, you got help from source, you got help from the ancestors, and they'll find a subtle way to communicate with you. And it's going to be just something so special. I just don't know what else to tell people. Then you got to do the work.
Okay, well, I was told that
Hold on, big girl. Hold on, big girl. Yo, Angela, hit my line, Angela. Your ass in the goo. Hit my line. Need to holler at you. All right, hit my line. Go ahead, big girl. My bad. All right, that particular person.
Okay, it's all good, my brother. I was told that the importance of fasting is to get rid of unwanted toxins that's in the body, the waste that's in the body. the vitamins and minerals that not actually coming out. That bacteria, good bacteria versus bad bacteria, all these things will somewhat kind of leave the body, the mucus in the body, will actually could leave the body if you took up on the fasting journey, being very careful of the things that you actually put in the body. You know what I'm saying? And go back to the fruits and vegetables, or should I say the juicing, and stay away from a bunch of meat. That's what I was told. It's like there has to be a time that you have to flush and cleanse the gut and get things out of the body so you can start putting new things in. So that's the importance. That's what I was told about the fasting process. Then they told me that it was a certain level to it, and it was called a normal fast, where you a partial fast and an absolute fast. Absolute being the most critical one. You saying that you would not eat or drink anything. A partial fast meaning that you would eat something during the day, drink things during the night, and what is that? A normal fast is just pacing yourself throughout the day, saying that I'm going to stay away from this type of food and stick to this type of food, meaning that you are eating and drinking, but there's a limitation of what you actually put in, because you feel though as if these things are not good for the body and just going to cut back. So, those are things that I have heard along my journey when I have heard people speak on fasting, the reason why they do it, and the different types of fasting that you can take on. And as an end result, people have said that it has caused them to actually lose weight. Their cholesterol level balanced out. The blood pressure started coming back to the normal ranges. And then let's go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say energy. They receive energy as a result of these of fasting. So I'm just trying to wake it up. Just try to kind of like see what people has to say about fasting. Because that's something that I've been doing for quite some time. But I know there's a time when a lot of religious people take on a fasting throughout the year. And a lot of times they do it around the holiday season. So I just thought maybe there would be something that I could kind of open up, so all of us could at least try to come in 2024 with a different kind of like outlook on why it is important or should be important to get on a fasting journey, so that we can stay out of the hospital, being around people that's sick, and if we see them ill or sick, because we have tried the fasting and we know exactly how the fasting work, or what effect it causes that you experience during your fasting process. Maybe you can tell your brothers and sisters about the experience, and hope that reach them, and maybe they would try to fast also. So I kind of want to open it up that way and see how blessed we could be this holiday season. So is there anyone else want to speak on why it's important to fast, and what does fasting mean?
Peace and greetings. I definitely would like to contribute to what you was just speaking about fasting, and I like what you presented. I'm a truck driver, and it's been I had learned that sometimes fasting I couldn't do extreme fast because I'm traveling, so traveling wears down on the mind and the body a lot of times. But I started to do exactly as you was describing, fasting from certain food that I know aren't good for you, being in control of what I do eat, but not eating, not just
This is gonna
not
take
eating
me
the
to a
entire day,
whole
anything like
nother
that. But
level,
because I am
source.
traveling, I gotta keep my mind
Now I
functioning
can
and
show my
focused.
work and how you
Um,
used to
but
be.
just packing my own lunch,
I'm just
nuts,
unpacking right
olives,
now.
um, and of course fruits, and eliminate meat. You know, um, not totally, but as you said, just fasting from it. Um, and one of the things I've learned that I could do is now, when I'm home and I'm not going to be home and I'm fasting, yeah, I won't eat at all. It's easier to do. Um, I can drink whatever cleansing, detoxing drinks, whatever have you, but I'm closer to the bathroom and all that other stuff. But, when I'm traveling, you know what I mean? I just, like as you was putting it, control fasting or stuff. And fasting, and what I added and I land is that fasting helps. I learned this from somebody named Dr. V. Serious. Look him up, elevation.com. His teachings is very similar to our master teacher, Dr. York's teachings, but somebody I never heard of until this year for some reason. But they always try to make it seem like there's only one, and they're keeping us separated from one another. But I just wanted to bring that to the table, that is something worth looking into. But any event, Dr. B. Serious was saying that we are carriers of a tremendous amount of parasites, literal parasites, creatures that will scrape and claw at your intestinal wall.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, your audio sounds a little funny, but yeah.
I think I fixed it. That good? Better?
Yeah. I hear that big truck in the background too, by the way. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you know it, man. So I'm doing this all top, but that's what I do all day and listen to the lectures and stuff. But I'm saying about Dr. B. Serious, he was saying that the parasites, they're meant to be there. It's just that over time, and I'm fasting, they multiply and they build up in you, and they have a certain way of controlling your emotions because where they reside at, they eat away at certain parts of your interior that break down your ability to focus and to control your emotions. I know they were saying something about cytotoxins is one of them that's emitted from just having cats and dealing with kitty litter and all that other stuff. Some kind of way that stuff gets emitted into the air, we breathe it in, and they start to grow inside you. But in any event, not to freak anybody out because you got pictures of all these things and all this stuff that looks disgusting. But he was saying this that, again, there's a balancement in nature. It's supposed to be there. It's just a good percentage of them, a healthy amount of them. That we need are needed to eat away at the bacteria that gets into our system as well. So the body can't get rid of it all. So, just like cows have a double stomach and all that other stuff, the human body has some of these parasites that help get away some of the stuff that don't belong in there. But just to reduce that number, fasting is good to reduce those parasites. And when we stop, sometimes that's where your bad habits come from, he's saying, from those parasites. A lot of people are fixed on certain habits that they can't get out of because, because parasitic, that's controlling that part of the brain that's eating away at the only reason the habit is caused from something that the parasite is feeding off. So the urge to want to do something, that you should do, smoke, drink, or whatever have you, is probably come from something that's inhabiting your own body. So fasting is good just for that reason, to a host of others. But just wanted to share that. My land.
As well, can you expound on that on our 9-day fast?
On the 9-day fast. Now that 9-day fast, as I come to understand it, is because I'm a student teacher, the master teacher as well. I'm Nuki Nuwapian. I'm a Nuwapian civilian affiliate of the Nubian Nation. To get us to function as a tribe, and not just as an organization, organized nation, which is nothing really wrong with that, but to get us to function as a tribe and to harmonize with one another, to line up and sync up our circadian rhythms with one another, with the cycles in nature, to get us back in tune with nature, which we all are a byproduct of nature as well, to get us to be in tune with one another. One of the things that I've noticed throughout the study, throughout over the years, Clubhouse, a lot of people have a lot of good knowledge, but a lot of information can also drive the ego and to a point of just wanting to know it all, be it all. And sometimes we get sidetracked from just learning how to be with one another, assist one another, help one another, care for one another. And that kind of ideas get kind of, oh, that's soft. That gets put in the, oh, you too soft category. We got this, but I don't know what you say, I put on somebody. We got to step on people's heads, or we got the, you know what I mean? So fasting helps again to get those emotions under control and to get us back in tune with one another. So one of the things that was instituted amongst our tribe as affiliates of one another, brothers and sisters of one another, was every month, at the beginning of the month, for the first 9 days. And anybody that knows anything about us Wapians, we always, do everything on the 9 cycle. But the beginning of every month, for the first 9 days, we all fast together, just to be for help and to be in harmony with one another. I don't know if there's anything else that, I didn't cover. Somebody else amongst the tribe could contribute. But that's something that we do as a Wapian.
I want you to go into the liquid fast.
The liquid. I mean, I'm not no genius on fasting, but that's just one of many fasts you can do where you don't have to consume solid foods. You can give your digestive system a rest and just take in liquids and do a liquid fast. I've done that too. A 30-day fast. I incorporated fasting in phases. So, for the first week, you know what I mean. You want to get past the period of hunger where you don't eat anything at all, but you got to take supplements for that because your body's not getting the nutrients.